All right, Turtle Riders, we're back for real this time. I swear to God, last time we're on. So, just to let you guys know, sorry about the technical difficulties we're having here. But this is how we're going to unfortunately have to watch the live show tonight because Facebook's being stupid again. We do this every single week with our camera. All right, it's a pretty simple gig we got over here. We got camera on screen. Doesn't get much easier than that. And this week, for whatever reason, no matter which way we tilt our camera, it still comes out like this. So that's why it was coming in, sideways before when we were first on it. But we got it back. We're going to make it happen. You can't stop the turtle. Welcome to the Turtleboy Live Show with Gupta Patel this week. How you doing, Gupta?
Hey, namaste, Turtleboy, and all the Turtleboy peoples, and a big fuck you to the Mark Zuckerberg. Suck my goat balls.
All right. So we got a lot on tap for the night, but before we get started, we do the show every, if it's your first time watching Turtleboy Live, I feel bad for you. It's the greatest show on the internet. Everybody's watching it.
Want to pop your cherry.
Yeah, if we're popping your cherry, is anybody here for the first time watching Turtleboy Live for the first time? We're here to pop your cherry. If so, let us know if we can get that done for you. Break the seal, if you will. What better way to break the seal than with Gupta Patel? Gupta,
there is no better way.
Yeah, I assume, how many virgins do you get in a dowry?
You are confusing me with the Muslim.
Oh, is the Muslim? I thought.
We get dowry, but we don't got no 7 virgins in heaven. We got a couple of goats and maybe chicken.
Oh, that's not bad. All right, so welcome, people. Let us know how we like to start off every show is by doing a little where you reppin'. So please let us know in the comments right now. Where are you watching Turtleboy from? Where you reppin'? What's your hood? Let us know, Turtle Riders. Go. There's always some really horrible places people watch the show. All right, Maine, so we're off to a terrible start. Excellent. Where else are we watching this from? Savannah, Georgia. Savannah, Georgia in the house. So we got Milford's in the house. Auburn. There's always an Auburn. Maine. Another Maine. Maine's outnumbering everyone. Where else? Seabrook, New Hampshire. Come on, I know there's always like 10 New Bedfords. Pelham, New Hampshire. That was on the agenda tonight. Let's look at the agenda to see. There's always people who come from the agenda places. There's got to be some Lowell people, some Andover people. Southbridge is in the house. There we go. Attleboro, Wareham, Nantucket's in the house. Hampstead, New Hampshire. Webster. Oh, God. Thompson, Connecticut. Man, I'm sorry, people. Rockport, Wareham, another Wareham in the house.
Bunch of goddamn slum dogs.
Yeah, Fall River, it's New Bedford Jr. First live show. All right, we're breaking Michelle's cherries getting popped tonight. Welcome, Michelle. I promise we won't be rough. West Brookfield's in the house. North Attleboro's in the house. We're a cul-de-sac in Connecticut. Yeah, we got Secretary Turtle running the 1s and 2s tonight for the show. The benefit of this show is that you guys get to participate along with us, interact with us, let us know what you're thinking, how we can improve the product and stuff like that. Feel free to ask any questions you want. Like we said, Secretary Turtle is going to be running the page. She'll be able to answer anything you got while me and Gupta are doing our thing up here. Are you ready to rock, Gupta?
I am always ready to rock and roll.
Excellent. So, first up.
Let's do it.
Little happy ending in Andover tonight. All right. So we've been covering this Andover story for a while now. Basically, it's an example of like parenting gone wrong. Like everything that's wrong with parenting in America. So, Gupta, I got a question for you. Over in India, what do your kids like? What do kids play over there for sports?
We mostly play the cricket.
Excellent. So, is there a lot of pressure from parents over there for the kids to do well in cricket?
You goddamn better believe it. But you know, it handled very well by the coaches. I mean, this lying parent duty not last New Delhi minute in my former country. Let me tell you, even if coach did what they say he do, this Hindu don't see no problem with not giving the treats and the Kool-Aid to the kids if they don't win. In India, if, say, Mahatma Gandhi Memorial High School cricket team lose match, the coach writes in indelible ink on the forehead, Allah eat the dinka doodles on the with the Sharpie pens.
That's right.
He take them 10 miles over Pakistani border and kick their asses out. They make it back alive, we let them eat the Twinkie.
That's a hell of a ritual you got there, Gupta. So if kids fuck up in cricket and they don't win the game, you write what on their forehead? Dinkadoodle?
Allah eat the dinkadoodle. We write it in the Arabic.
And then you send them over into Pakistan, and if they make it back alive, they can come back on the team?
Sometimes they come back, sometimes Allahu Akbar, boom.
Yeah, you got a wild life there, Gupta. I love the way you're lying thinking this. So, basically, what we got here with this, it's a happy ending for once. Oh, close to a happy ending. Like we said from the beginning, the coaches at Andover High School and the hockey team did absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing. All right. They did not, as Gupta pointed out, even withhold food or water from them. Like, nothing. What do you want from them? Literally everything was done by the book. They had receipts to prove it. The whole thing was an orchestrated lie by one asshole piece of shit parent named Scott Nichols. Okay, and yes, it was Scott Nichols. We can say that with 99.99999% certainty now. Okay, so many people on the team and parents on the team are pissed at this guy, and they've reached out to us about it because his kid got demoted from varsity to JV. And I don't want to take this out on the kid; it's not the kid's fault. All right, but Dad is basically pissed, and when we call Dad out on it, here's how you know he's bullshit about it. Because he goes in, Turtleboy's fake news, spam, turtle head sports. I mean, get original at least. Like, turtle dick sports is usually what they say, or turtle turd. Turtle head sports? That's just weak sauce, man. Get it together. And then he starts going on about fake news and defamatory comments and Michael Gaffney and sexual harassment, parking lot fights. I don't even know where they come up with this shit, Gupta. But I'm not. They just make this shit up as they go along. And that's how you can tell this guy's lying. All right, just because he starts it off with a lie. And then he goes, at the end, he goes, oh, it wasn't me. I'm not the one that called DCF. But I have expressed to a few parents that the skate until they puke is unnecessary, unsafe, and stupid. Okay? Necessary doesn't make blah, 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 blah. So you can tell. He's like, yeah, it totally wasn't me, but here's my list of grievances with the coach, which is totally a coincidence, by the way. Totally a coincidence. Let me lower this a little. All right. So, as you said...
What kind of strange glass dinkadoodle this bitch been smoking from?
Who? This guy?
Yeah, the nickel guy.
Yeah, you know what? Well, here's my question, for you with this guy, right? Like, what would happen to a parent like this in India, if, your kid was on the cricket team and he sucked and then the parent complained? Do you guys have it? My big question here is this. Do you have a DCF in Mumbai?
Are you kidding me? India got no DCF. We child abuse capital of the world. We actually got one government agency, show parents best way to beat the children without leaving the mark.
Really?
We don't need no juvenile hall here in the United States. Send a little chutias to India and they straighten that shit out for us.
Do they make them go work in a sweatshop or something?
They be making leather belts for the rest of their life. Nobody ever see them again.
Oh, okay. I like that. Okay. Well, I bet you it teaches discipline. So the bottom line here is that ultimately it has somewhat of a good ending because the coach is back on the ice, which is, he's vindicated. But at the same time, there needs to be some sort of satisfaction fizz, right? Because that's what I don't understand about this Turtle Riders. And I don't know what you guys think of this. If anyone can explain this to me, what the hell was the risk this parent took by lying? Because he lied. It's been proven that he lied about this. He made the entire thing up. The superintendent went along with it because he hates the coach too because the coach benched his kid 2 years ago. All right, he's got to go as well. But what's the incentive for the parent not to lie about this? Like, what trouble did they get in for literally, tying this guy forever to child abuse? Like, what was the risk he took in that? The reward was that he would get his way and the coach would not be the coach. Okay? The risk
is he make himself look like a hero in front of his kid in some weird goddamn way.
Yeah, I guess, and maybe in his mind, that's not what heroes look like to us. You know what I mean? This ain't Slumdog Millionaire.
He want to hear himself do the talking.
Is that what he wants? Maybe he just wanted to feel important? Yeah, so this guy's just a piece of fucking shit. He'll get his comeuppance. All right. And that's that. So let's see what people say. Love this guy, leather belts. Yeah, preach Gupta. Yeah, Gupta, people love you, man. God bless you and your sensible way of thinking. All right, let's go on to the next.
I hope they love me in an erotic way, too.
Some of these chicks might. I don't know. All right, let's go on to the next topic here. The Lowell Beaver Bumper, written by our girl, North Shore Turtle Babe. All right. Man, a bunch of people sent this to our inbox. What a story. So, Lowell, man, right? This Peabody guy, this poor guy, is shot near the commuter station in kind of a traffic incident. And this woman, I thought it was a dude at first. Can you believe, Gupta, this is a chick? Right here? You see this? That's a chick.
I see it. It look like in India we call them namalo, that chick with penis.
Chick with penis. I think she's more into the scissoring, to be perfectly honest with you. And I don't know. So this chick, her name's Gracie Paulino. She shoots a guy just in the middle of traffic named Mark DeVoe, 34 years old, okay? And she says DeVoe had been working at a construction site, so he's on his way home from work. Shot at 12:45 in the middle of the day, all right? Blah, blah, blah. And here, do you see what ultimately this lick-a-lot-of-puss did the second she got home? She goes home and posts on Facebook, which is always a wicked smart thing to do. And she basically Go ahead.
Not your diary, man. It is not your diary.
She goes home and confesses. She's like, tried to warn him, tried to tell him, told him to stop, that you, my son, don't make me spank you. Don't make me spank you. She writes, God, her lawyer's going to have a fucking field day with this one, people, huh? So,
never mind her lawyer.
Yeah.
Prosecutor going to get a Woody.
Oh, then, of course, she's been arrested a billion fucking times before. And she's 20 years old, mind you. 20 fucking years old. And people have been messaging us about this chick, like, ever since. Like, I guess she's, like, ratchet famous around town in Lowell, which, you know how hard that is to do, Gupta? Like,
in Lowell, very difficult.
Yeah, it's like being, like the biggest slumdog in Mumbai. You know what I mean?
That's very hard to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They have contests every year.
They do have contests, yeah. And you win an Academy Award sometimes. So basically, you got the whole Free My Bros thing going on there. Just look at this chick. Do you see what's on her shirt? It's a bunch of turtles. Like, she's been groomed to be on Turtleboy since the beginning of time. There's all the hanging out with Jesus will not fix this. Like, just posting this shit. I love this.
Ganesha too.
This is the only... what does Ganesha look like?
An elephant with many arms and great big trunk.
Interesting. Does he have a lot of wives?
Sorry?
Does Ganesha have many wives?
He's married to every Indian woman.
Every Indian woman? Even your wife?
All women in India married to Ganesha.
Are you married to an Indian woman, or did you assimilate with an American woman?
Oh, my wife Indian. She is very big Olympic shoe throwing champion, Gupta Patel.
Oh, Gupta. Oh, the Gupta. Oh, yeah.
She throw 5 shoot per second.
Does she work at the Happy Hindu Mart as well, or no?
Yeah, she worked there sometime. Most time she stay home with my daughter Gupta Jr. She is pharmacology.
Your daughter Gupta Jr.
That's correct.
Interesting. Okay. So anyway, the only good thing she said the only true thing she's ever posted is when she said this: "I should have been aborted." That's dead ass how I'm feeling. That's correct, and that poor guy would be alive today. Now we found out some more freaking pictures of this chick. You go on here. Here is her Facebook page, right? Her Instagram. She's posting pictures of her EBT balance. This is freaking the day she murdered someone. The 15th. She posts EBT balance 264.71 with the comment, "When them food stamps hit." Our fucking tax dollars are going to... Oh, shit. I got fucking angry. Hold on. Time out. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I got fucking pissed about that one. Threw a fit. All right. Is that on? Can you see that? Oh, that's not good. Oh, there it is.
Maybe you do some yoga. Calm yourself down.
Yeah, no, so sorry about that, Toro. I was just fucking pissed about that. All right, so, because we're paying for this chick's fucking food stamps, and it's weird because it's horizontal for the first time. Never had to deal with this shit before. So, anyway, we're paying for this chick's food stamps so she can literally murder people in the middle of the street. And then we got her over here. She's got a fucking pound of weed to her fucking head, all right, like it's a fucking phone. Guess who her favorite basketball team is, Gupta?
Would that be the infamous Chicago Bulls?
Who else is it going to be but the Chicago fucking Bulls? There she is just being gangsta. And here she is as part of the Be the Match thing. I don't even know what the hell that is. Here she is. Like, look at this dank nugget. Do you guys have nugget like this in Mumbai? What the fuck? Why is it in a square like that? Like, I don't know if I'd trust weed like that.
Yeah, probably not. Definitely not the Hindu Kush.
Definitely not.
Shit.
Look at that shit. All right, so, let's go on to the next topic. So, fuck this lady. Next up is the Melrose Grandpa pisser. I want to talk about this guy because this one really fucking pissed me off. All right, so out in Melrose, Massachusetts, a almost exclusively wealthy white town north of Boston. I don't know if there's any turtle riders from Melrose with us in the house tonight, but let me know if you are. Basically, what happens out here in Melrose is a guy goes to pick up his grandkids at school. He's got some type of language difference. He's African American, and apparently he thought it would be wise to whip it out and piss on his kid's elementary school right on the building in full view of the kindergarten teacher. All right, and this was right around dismissal time. So a bunch of kids are going to come out and see this guy's hog. All right, now, it's no big deal, okay? It is a big deal, but they call the cops, and the cops come down, and they don't arrest him. They just talk to him, and they determine that there's like a cultural difference here. They said that, some type of confusion. The guy doesn't speak a lick of English. Of course, they have to call up his son, all right, the father of the children, and be like, look at this guy can't come here anymore. He's fucking whipping his cock out in front of kids. It's not good for anybody. It's hurting property value, okay? But they use discretion, and they reach a peaceful, resolution about this. Now, what would happen, right, in Mumbai, like at Mumbai Memorial Elementary School, right? What would happen, Gupta, if a parent did this?
I think better question is what would happen if somebody don't piss on the street in India? In my former country, the whole world is your toilet. People draining the monkeys all over everywhere, doing in front of little one's door a little much.
Yeah,
even if somebody got the urination problems, if you whip out the Calcutta cockadoodle in front of my daughter Gupta Jr., he not gonna need no urologist. He gonna need the proctologist.
Well, here's the thing, Gupta. And that's why you moved to America. Because no offense, you came from a shithole, right? I mean, would you call it a shithole?
That's correct, Mr. Trump. Very right. It was shithole.
So it was, yeah. So
literally.
And in our culture, we don't whip cocks out in front of kids. We don't piss because we have plumbing and pipes and stuff like that, and flush toilets.
That's correct. It's very different in India. You have one public outhouse for 25 different people.
Yeah, and so
you just piss wherever you want.
Yeah, and so it's different this time around, right? So in America, you can't do that shit. So I'm sorry if you got cultural differences, which is fucking bullshit. There aren't really cultural differences here. Then you need to adapt to our way or go back to your culture. Because in America, we don't piss in front of kindergartners. That shit just does not fly around here. So, obviously, good job by the police, right? I mean, this would be everybody's happy and goes on their way. Wrong.
Never everybody happy. Always gonna be somebody bitching about the microaggressions.
Of course, Gupta, right? Because Jaron Green, who is the parent of the other black girl in the second grade class, or whatever class they were in together, decides that this is a racist thing, okay? And he goes, Jaron Green, a minister, is closing in on his doctorate in education. He's been a social worker and a family therapist. All right, so stop right there. He's a pastor. What are your thoughts on pastors? Is
that like a guru or a yogi?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the Sarai Rivera is a pastor too, right? What have you noticed about these pastors?
They're fake pastors. They got their pastoral degree online at Walmart for $2.
Yeah, like the University of Phoenix or something, right? And so
correspondence.
They always have a scheme going. These people always are using their quote-unquote pastor. I can go on. Brett Killeran, I know he can't respond because he's suspended for 30 days. Brett Killeran's got a freaking pastor's degree. That's all you need to know about pastors is that
Brett Killeran broke my slushy machine last time he was at Happy Hindu Mart. He was dogging that thing like it was going to play Slayer or dispense marijuana. Yeah,
he probably told you to fuck off, too. No, and Brett Killeran, he's got a potty mouth, that one. Not a good guy. All right, no, just kidding. We love Brett, but he just can't respond right now because he's suspended 30 days. So you just look at this guy. He's a hustler. He's wearing a fucking pinstripe suit for crying out loud. What kind of pastor wears a pinstripe suit? He goes down there. He's got his own like marketing brand, and he goes from city like shithole to shithole, doing sermons, and I'm sure he's getting paid for it. He's got a freaking logo of a fucking name. He's a fucking pastor with a logo. That's all you need to know, right? He's going to...
What kind of logo is it?
I don't know. It's obviously professionally done. Like, this guy is just a fucking hustler. That's all he is. He just doesn't want to pay taxes. That's it. So he's a fucking pastor, in case you can't see. He's a race-baiting piece of shit. That's what he is. All right? And these people love to, like, create tension where there is none. And so, of course, this guy who's going on Woonsocket, Cranston, Boston, you name it. He's going to Brookline. All right, hit up some white guilt money. More Woonsocket. He's selling a fucking book on Amazon, all this shit. So he goes, the decision to call the police, whether it was warranted or not, produced a terrible sentiment. After witnessing this, I cannot help but get the sense that the same response would not have garnered if the elderly gentleman had not been described as black. So I just want to review. Guy whips out cock in front of children, urinates on building in front of 6-year-olds. Obviously, the cops come. That's racist. That's where we're at right now as a society. All right. Does anybody out there think this is racist? Like, that's what I want to know. Anybody out there can justify this being fucking racist? I think Pam's in Facebook jail again, someone says. Yeah. Everyone's in fucking...
First thing they should teach any potential immigrant to America is leave your shithole where your shithole was. Don't bring your shithole to America.
Exactly. That's all I've ever said, Gupta. That's all I've ever said to these people.
And keep your dick in your pants.
Yeah. And so then all of a sudden... Right, he goes, it's like cultural competence, blah, blah, blah. A fucking white chick comes along. It's always a white chick. Her name is Beth Hampson. And she starts going about how she's get this, she teaches a class at Melrose called, what the hell is it called? White People Challenging Racism. That's a fucking class in Melrose. White People Challenging Racism. Hey, you know what, Beth? You know what, Gupta? You know a great way this woman could prove she's not racist is, and she could challenge it.
Have somebody friend who is black.
Yeah, or like move to a place that's not Melrose. Right? Moving to Melrose as a white person, it doesn't mean you're racist. But what it does mean is that you don't get to call other white people racist because you intentionally moved to a town that prices out black people. There aren't many black people there. Because as you know, and she'll be the first one to tell you, there's economic inequality in this country. So she moves to the place that the black people can't afford to move to. All right? And she does it on purpose because she doesn't want her kids going to school with black kids. And this is how she makes herself feel good about herself, by teaching a bullshit class about white people challenging racism and having fucking bullshit up here about Black Lives Matter and I'm an ally and oh look at me, I saved France from Muslims too, I'm woke as fuck, fucking pat me on the fucking back. All right, and then she just goes, I know this incident is not driven by racial bias. I feel strongly that we cannot separate it from where we are racially and politically. To deny the racialized aspect of the situation would be sticking our heads in the sand and a missed opportunity. And then she goes on to say black people look at the police differently than white people. And she would know this because she read a Huffington Post article and now she woke as fuck. That's fuck. I'm sorry, Gupta. I apologize for being pissed right now. But these people are killing this country, Gupta. It's like they want to turn us into India. Like, you guys have situations like this in India too, right? Like caste problems.
We don't really think too much about the caste anymore, but it's still ingrained in everybody's head. Everybody still have the same problem over there.
Yeah.
They're low caste, high caste. The high caste don't talk to the low caste.
So
it's ridiculous, but, they shouldn't bring it over to this side. And that's what these social justice warriors are doing.
God, I hate
you want
them,
to stop racism? Stop talking about racism.
That's a novel idea, Gupta, but nobody fucking does it. And I don't get it. And so, let's go on to the next topic because my fucking head's going to explode with this shit. That is the legion of morons protecting this serial dumper in Connecticut. And I'm sure that Gupta will have plenty to say about this cheese hog deluxe. So this chick,
I got plenty to say.
So this chick, right? She gets arrested in East Granby, Connecticut, because back in November, early November, cops, neighbors in this random cul-de-sac, as you can see, in the middle of fucking nowhere, in the middle of Connecticut, near Hartford, they come across a dump on their street, which is odd because animals usually shit in the woods or on the grass or whatever, not in the middle of the street. They also found a needle and toilet fucking paper. They brought fucking toilet paper. Animals don't bring toilet paper. So that's obviously a human being. And they find, a couple weeks later, more shit in the middle of the street. So now we got a serial dumper on our hands. Now it's not a coincidence. So they put up cameras. And wouldn't you know it, they always come back, don't they? And the woman gets caught on tape, and here she is. All right, there she is in her glorious mugshot. I thought, I could not stop laughing when this story came out, Gupta, because just the face itself, and I'm sorry, I don't care how old you are, poop will always be funny. Poop in and of itself is hilarious. So
you should come to India after Curry Festival. You not say that.
Why? Oh, because it's disgusting?
Oh, everybody poop everywhere. Listen,
Oh, Jesus
I got
Christ.
interesting take on this story. You know, like I said before, it's not uncommon to take the poopy in the street in India, but in America there's no reason for it. Plus, she's so big, she probably only need to take the dump once, maybe twice a month. She probably have it scheduled in her calendar.
Oh,
You know, she pull out the iPhone calendar and they say Monday, hairdresser, Tuesday, gynecologist, Wednesday, drop the whoopee. So,
What?
no reason for this pink miss to make the Hershey bar or the Lincoln log on the sidewalk on moment's notice. Unless maybe
She didn't even do it on the sidewalk.
Biryani.
She didn't even do it on the sidewalk. It was the middle of the fucking street, Gupta. Do people do that even in Mumbai? I assume they at least go to the side of the road, no?
No, they go to the railroad track, side of road, you know, wherever nature call.
Yeah, and so obviously this was done intentionally. And she comes in, she's like, oh no, it was like, I have bowel problems and I have issues and I'm lactate intolerant or whatever, but yet I still keep drinking fucking milk by the gallon. All right, it's obviously bullshit because this is like miles from her house too. Like you don't randomly end up on the same street 3 fucking times and take a dump in the middle of the street. All right, it's also
Maybe she liked the scenery.
maybe Gupta, I don't know. And she could have gone in the fucking woods. She didn't go in the woods. But yet there are still, and I thought we would agree, right, Gupta, that this is bad. Like, this is something we can all agree on. Woman dumping
Absolutely.
on street, bad. Not good. Right?
But then social justice warrior going to rear their ugly head again.
Yeah, and that's where they come up here, right? And we get NBC, you should be ashamed. What if she has a medical condition? You are bullies. She looks mortified. I just want to point, did NBC take a dump in the street?
I don't think so.
I must have missed that part, Gupta. I don't recall NBC pulling their pants down, their peacock pants down, and taking a shit in the middle of the street. I must have missed that part. But apparently they are the ones who should be ashamed. Not the woman who dumped in the middle of the road 3 times. She looks mortified. We should feel bad for the woman who defecated on someone's cul-de-sac intentionally as some sort of cruel revenge, right? Because, you know, that's a fucking message that you send. You drop a fucking dump on your street. That's like, you might as well wake up with a fucking flaming skull in your front yard. All right, that's a fucking message right there. I dump on your fucking street. That means the end is near.
That's like burning the cross, you know?
Yeah.
Dropping flaming bag of poo-poo.
Yeah, and as somebody pointed out, 51 other morons liked it. These are the kind of things that are getting, liked. This can destroy someone, as if she didn't have any part in this. Does she need to be shamed on public? Yes, she does. She should be ashamed that she did that. What
Even if she's not ashamed, maybe somebody else think twice before dropping the deuce.
Yes, that you too will be the most famous person in town, forever known as the woman who dumped in the middle of a public road. All right. What about her kids? Well, maybe she should have thought of that. Maybe that. All right. This woman has medical issues, blah, blah, blah. I think this guy, PK Zemke, was literally trying to bang her. All right. once you take this post down, I'll start watching you again. Oh, yeah, we really give a shit. I'm sure NBC cares that you're not watching them anymore because this woman took a dump in the middle of a road. Right? So
they're not losing any sleep over it.
Yeah, I mean, in India, this obviously wouldn't even be a big deal, right?
Like I said, they go drop and squeeze wherever they are. I mean, there's no plumbing there.
Yeah.
And only a couple outhouses for 50 people. It's not good.
So people are saying...
But it's different over there. That's why I come here. I get tired of walking down the street and stepping in the road apples.
I believe you, Gupta. And now people are saying in the comments, they're like, some people are saying that they're having problems acting up, and definitely saying less commentary tonight. So feel free to chime in what you people think of this, right? About, like, do you guys think this is, does anybody out there reading this think this has gone too far? That, like, we should not be shaming people who shit in the road? Because that seemed to be the majority opinion, and it made my head want to blow off. All right. So people are saying, some people are saying...
I mean, maybe I understand you got the bad bout of the dysentery or the diarrhea. You had some bad samosa, and, sometime it just happened. But, she done it many times in the same place.
All right. All right, let's go on to the next thing here. Twat McStuffins. And I got to give, from Pawtucket, we did not come up with this. I think we saw Maddie Moe comment on this. I am like, we got to use that. Twat McStuffins might be my new favorite name ever. And this comes from Providence Turtleboy. So, there's this arrest down in Pawtucket, which is a real fucking dump. I don't know if there's any Rhode Island people. There's Cranston people in the house. I mean, you've been to Pawtucket, it's just like a fucking overflow of Central Falls fucking trash. It is what it is. So, anyway, people are saying she is a nasty pig. Overwhelmingly, yes, she should be publicly shamed. Yeah. So, anyway, they're down there, right? And they do this big arrest, and they arrest, like, all these people. And you look at it, and this is the most ratchet crew of mugshots I've ever seen in my life. All right? Have you ever played Guess Who growing up, Gupta?
No, we only play Hide the Salami.
I bet. So in America, right, we got this game here, because we come in all different shapes and sizes in America. And you try to, like, figure out who your opponent has by asking them, like, does your person have glasses? Does your person have a big nose? There were some people, like, if you got Tom down there, you were fucked because he was bald, he had glasses, and he had blue eyes, and you were fucked if you got him because those are all minority things. And so, anyway, if this was, like, the Pawtucket version, it would be like some questions you might ask your opponent. Does your person have track marks on their left forearm or their right forearm? Does your person look like they just got hit by a school bus full of dirty needles? Is your person 26 going on 62? Could I land a jumbo jet on their forehead? Do they smoke Newport Lights or Newport 100s? Because it's got to be one of those. And blah, blah, blah. And so...
Newport Lights, $9, 2 hour only, Happy Hindu Mart.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. So, let's see here. Somebody said Pawtucket is nice in northern part, next to Diamond Hill. The further south you go, the closer you get to Central Falls. So basically the closer you get to Central Falls, the more fucked it gets, I guess. All right, so this woman, Karen DeGregorio, comes out here on this post, and she's like, basically lets it be known that these people were arrested. These people have been squatting there, and they're on fucking Section 8. And they pay their fucking rent in time, and so they can't get rid of them. So it just turned into a drug den. And you see this woman, she's all upset. Her name is Dawn Morelli. She writes in the comments, and the police department should be ashamed for even being allowed to post these photos of these wonderful drug dealers. I mean, they apprehended all of them. Leave it at that. Do they feel good about themselves doing such a sucky thing? As her family member, I'm fumed about this. Maybe, perhaps you should be fumed about your family member, Alyssa is her name, Morelli, for being a fucking heroin dealer. Maybe you should be that. All right? The signs are all there, honey. All right? You got the hat. Oh, and by the way, she's been on fucking Turtleboy before. She's been on Turtleboy before. Because I knew that name sounded familiar. Rhode Island Turtle Sister wrote about her. She's married to the head. She was on Turtleboy before when she was arrested, trying to hide from the cops by climbing through a drop ceiling. And as it turned out, she was recently on Judge Judy, where her fucking boy toy was suing her dad was suing her boy Ty for a $5,000 car loan that he refused to pay back because, of course, he's got the disease and he couldn't afford to pay it. Okay? That's the kind of Rhode Island gutter trash we're dealing with here. She's from Central Falls, mind you, so she can't really help herself. But the big winner, the big fucking winner we noticed, we were like, Rosa Vacone. Look, I mean, this is one of the greatest mugshots of all time. I can't even believe she's real, Gupta. Did you see this chick?
She look, holy crap, she look worse than one of Mother Teresa kids.
What? Mother Teresa has kids?
You know, the kids she take care of in India. They all look like little tiny heroin addicts.
All right, so you look at a chick like this, right? And what caste would she be in India?
If she was in India, she would definitely be in full body cast.
Full body cast. I didn't know that was a caste. I thought it was like the higher class, lower class.
Let me tell you, she looked very religious to this Hindu. I think she is Methodist.
Methodist? Gupta! Yeah, jeez.
You could not get, you think maybe you sell the wife in India, but you could not get two Pakistani goat scrotums for these ratchet people.
You couldn't get two Pakistani...
You might be able to get two Pakistani goat scrotums in these ratchet peoples. But look, no Indian man gonna dip his mutton in ham and chili.
That's probably exactly what it feels like. Ham and chili. Good fucking gut. You're on the joke, Gupta. I don't know where you're getting this shit. If it just comes naturally to you, you are a fucking treasure. All right.
I kill myself, man.
Yeah. So she goes on and she goes, on my way to a new me. This is the fucking new her. You don't want to see what the old her looks like. That's her doing good. Goes, and this is one of the. She's pregnant. It turns out she goes grocery shopping, then chilling all day. I'm 9 weeks pregnant, which is fucking awesome. I'm gonna do good this time around because obviously all of her other fucking kids have been taken by the state. And then this other chick goes, Rosa, you're doing good. If you want your kid back, cut the shit. And then she goes, swallowed a whole bunch of beans. Gonna be gone soon. To my so-called lover, best friend, whatever. This is, and Gupta, right here, this is one of the greatest lines I've ever seen in the history of Turtleboy Sports from this chick. I almost want to get t-shirts that say this. The quote from Rosa is, I don't use needles. I'm on methadone, you fuckface. I don't use needles. I'm on methadone, you fuckface. Only in Rhode Island is being on methadone something to brag about, you fuckface.
You know, that's like saying I don't use straw for cocaine, I mainline. What the fuck is she talking about?
People are like, beans or benzos. I didn't know that's what they're, beans or benzos. Thank you, Melissa. I had no idea what that terminology meant. I thought she was trying to kill herself. I thought that's what that meant, to be honest. Okay, good. So she was just overdosing. That's good. Beans are sperm, Secretary Turtle says. Yeah. Anyway, I learned something new every day with some of these ratchets, some of the turtles. I've been on methadone for over a year, stupid. Fucking why you judging anyway? Didn't you pay me $100 to suck it, dick? And I just took it and bounced. So she's saying here, she's telling some guy who was talking shit about her, that not only am I on methadone and things are obviously going great, life is going just as planned, you gave me $100 for a blowy, and I took it and bounced, bitch. I never sucked your dick. This is a good thing. Like, oh my God.
She's not very good ratchet. She's not like the Ali Bibo. Ali Bibo definitely did suck the dick.
That's true.
Follow through on the dick sucking.
We know she sucked dick for that heroin, Gupta, but we still haven't answered the most important question. We haven't figured out how many she had to do to get all that heroin. That's
gonna remain mystery, I think.
And by the way, if you like the state police scandals, wait till you see what dropped in our lap this week. Man, Gupta, we got a story for you about the Massachusetts State Police. Another one coming up, hopefully Monday, if not Tuesday. We want to make sure we get this one right. It is a fucking huge story.
Twitter now.
Huge story. Like, you're gonna read this and be like, wow, the Massachusetts State Police, great institution, great troopers, but they got some corruption up top. And you will not believe what's going to come out in Turtleboy this week. So stay tuned for that. All right. So, Yeah, there's this chick, this Ratchet City Dodge. Listen, hoe bags, I know you're all bored with your life. You have to talk shit about me, delete me, blah, blah, blah. And just look at this fucking mugshot. Like, you can't make this shit up, Gupta. You can't. Oh, she's married, I guess, my hubby. I love the rings that she's fucking superimposed onto her hand, too. Oh, and then Mr. Right. Did you see her boyfriend, Mary Jo? Did you see his shirt? I got to get this shirt, Gupta. It's Mr. Right, and it points to your face, and Mr. All Night, and it points to his dinkadoodle. What do you think of that?
Well, you know, that just thinking about that, I'm going to have to take double shot of Viagra.
Hey, by the way,
just to get it on with my wife Gupta.
I bet you got to think
about this. It's like she jamming her. But somebody going to town on her, man, that sound like jamming your hand into open jar of mayonnaise.
Gupta, you're rough today. People are saying here that somebody asks, Chuck Flynn asks, don't get the towel head. Is he a taxi driver? Are you a towel head? You're not you don't wear a towel on your head.
Don't wear towel. Tell him to go fucking himself.
That sounds like cultural insensitivity.
We don't do with the Allah and the Hindu and the Allah Akbar, boom boom.
So yeah, you're not.
Stay away from that stuff. We're very peaceful peoples.
You're not Muslim.
We worship a very peaceful God.
Who's that again? The elephant.
Many gods. We got Ganesha. We got Sita, Rama. We got Hanuman. We got ton of God.
That's a lot of gods,
God
dude.
for everything.
Ooh, that's good. All right, so let's go on to the next topic here. And this is like a cousin of yours or something. I don't know what the... So Patel is apparently...
for the love of...
I know. It's
I don't want to talk about this one.
Well, we got to talk about it, Gupta, because he's really giving you a bad name. All right? So this shithead makes it onto Mass Live the other day because he owns Amherst Wines and Spirits, a liquor store in Amherst, which is like shooting fish in a barrel, owning a fucking liquor store in Amherst. And... he goes on here, Chuck, go fucking yourself, please. Oh, it was Chuck? No, it's okay. Chuck, it was all right. It was a bad question. We all make mistakes. Chuck seems like a good guy. He's a good shit. Anyway, he goes, I drive on... wait, what Chuck are you guys talking? Not Chuck Flynn. Chuck Flynn's good shit. I don't know if it's the other Chuck, the Beachbody coach. He's not good. We got to get him out of here if he's on there. But anyway...
hey, this Hindu love everybody. Everybody calm down. Be loving to each other.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so... you got this guy, right? His name's Neil Patel. And he writes on their Facebook page the following, on the Hadley Police Department. So he's coming from the wealthy town of Longmeadow, which means he's lucky sperm. And he's coming through the town of Hadley. And Hadley is like a cut-through town to get to real towns. Like it connects Amherst to 91. And so it's like a drug fucking... highway, super highway, essentially. All the drugs that are going to UMass Amherst, they're coming through Hadley, via Springfield, via Holyoke, via New Jersey, Connecticut, whatever. It's the gateway to douche nozzlery through Hadley. And so, obviously, you're not going to just pull over. There's no such thing as racial profiling on there, right? Because there's so many people that are of color coming through there on a daily basis. It would be impossible to pull over every person of color. All right. But he claims he was pulled over for, quote unquote, highly questionable reasons because he drives a nice car. Okay. Stop right there. He's already an asshole. I already hate this kid. Right. The second you have to mention that you drive a nice car, like, we're all very impressed by that. He goes, I'm a law abiding citizen. Well, you're really not, because you keep getting pulled over. But a person of color who works every day and provides jobs in the local community through my small business. I have nice things because I work hard. He has nice things. He feels the need to point that out. Don't single me out because of this. I remember getting pulled over years ago and being asked by the Hadley PD if I had weapons of mass destruction in the car. Okay, as if he's Muslim. That's what he's saying. Like I was accused of being ISIS. What is the real question? All right, that needs to be asked in Hadley. The Hadley police politely respond to him, and they're like, "Hey, dude, let's talk about this. Well, we will look into this allegation of racial profiling." He's surprised. So he goes, "Thank you for your reply. I'm at a loss for what to say, as this is how I was made to feel, and also why I made a public post rather than a private message." So what he's saying is, I just wanted to get a quick little hit and run in here. I kind of was just hoping to shit on you and victimize myself, but I totally wasn't expecting you to be like let's talk about this and make this right. Because I wanted to perpetuate the idea that you're all just a bunch of racist dickheads. And that kind of backfired on me. And as you can see, his post has since been taken down since he ended up on Turtleboy. All right. So what do you think of this kid? Go ahead, because he's one of you. He's a Patel. What do you think of him?
Oh, Mr. Turtle, this Hindu very, very ashamed to say that this Chutia is my cousin, Nilesh Patel. He bring great shame down on the Patel family. He is known as black sheep in Patel family. Not because he is the only bad cousin, but because of his sexual preference.
Oh, really? Does he go that way?
One time, long time ago, my auntie Satwenda took us to the zoo, and we both get souvenir. I got nice picture book on what you call Benghazi tiger, and he got a restraining order.
The Benghazi tiger, you called it? I don't think it's called that. I think it's called the Bengal.
Apple to oranges. Look, growing up, he always embarrassed me, and I'm going to kick him right in the dinkadoodle next time I see him.
Well, why did he?
Might turn him on. Look, this new generation Indian, they not work a day in their life. He probably got the liquor store given to him from his uncle for birthday present, and then he spend all the profit on the fancy car. Now he think he Elvis.
He thinks he's Elvis. He's like the black. So he's
gonna go around there asking people, you know who I am? I am the Indian Elvis.
So he's like he's the black sheep of the family, as Secretary Turtle says.
That's correct.
He brings great shame on you.
No, he fucks black sheep.
Oh, he fucks the black sheep. Okay. Well, so basically, a guy like this, I feel like you are first generation, correct?
That is correct.
Right.
I am very first generation.
And I feel like this kid is like second generation. There's a big difference between first and second. Because first generation immigrants came here and they know shitholes. They know how shitty it is in other countries, and they know how fucking awesome America is. And that's why I'm pro-immigrant. Because immigrants value this country, I think, more than most Americans do, because they haven't seen anything else. All right, we don't understand how shitty it gets out there. But
listen, back in India, we would have beat his ass with a big stick. But the problem is now, when we come to America, we're not allowed to beat our children. You're not allowed to punish them. You're going to get the DCF come down on your ass.
That's not good.
You're going to get your kid going to look at you and say, Papa, I'm going to call the police, and you're going to go into the jail all night.
Yeah. Well,
so we cannot do that, and that's why second generation turn out to be big pieces of the diarrhea.
Well, I'll tell you why he's a pussy. He took down all his YouTube videos. It's like he wanted to be fucking famous, and he got famous, and then he fucking ran. But screenshots are forever, bitch. So I'm happy to hear these second generation twat waffles who don't know what it's like to live in a shithole. They're like, oh shit, I get all the nice things of America, and I get to be a victim because I'm not white. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, I'm sorry, Gupta. Indians don't get to play the race card. You guys are doing better than most white people. Like Indians and East Asians doing pretty good for themselves. That's what makes those two nationalities of people or ethnicities of people, whatever, they're very successful in this country. Because in general,
that's correct.
I feel like you guys are shaming. It's like shameful to victimize yourself, no?
Absolutely. I would not victimize myself. I victimize every person coming to my store with my high prices.
You do, you fucking asshole. All right, so let's go on to the last topic. Dede Delgado. Holy shitballs. Good fucking God. All right, so the moment so Dede, we find 1 million people message us about this. She's hit a new low. People. We haven't vlogged about her in a while because, quite frankly, she just got boring after, a while. But she decides on Friday, yesterday, she's going to host a Facebook Live event in which she will be shaming, and I'm going to read this here. I don't know what the hell this means. I'm not optimistic about this at all, because what I think is going to happen is that I will tell my truth, and that the Hotep and straight black pride community here in Boston is going to show their true RBG colors. I have no fucking clue what that means. So she doesn't like the straight black pride community now. She only likes the gay black pride community. So she doesn't even she pretty much hates everyone. Like, unless she can victimize herself and, put herself in his ball. She's fucking insane. We've been over this. But this is a new low because she's having a Facebook Live to call out and shame and name the baby daddy. Apparently, it was not the gay sperm donor that we previously were led to believe. There was an actual guy that had consensual sex with her and created a child. All right. It's like Woke Back Mountain, as someone called it. Climbing Mount Woke. That's what we got right here. So, but of course, Dede was drilling a million dudes, and she doesn't know who the father was, but she's gonna shame him because this guy hasn't given her anything. So obviously, what's she gonna go on live, get an audience? So we blog about it, we put it out there, and she's selling fucking tickets to this. It was a fucking fundraiser. Come watch me out and shame my baby daddy, and we will and you can pay me money to do so. So she goes on and holds the Facebook Live event. Who out here watched it? Because I saw a lot of you people creeping on it during the show. Who watched this shit?
I don't ever want to see her. Damn you, Chutio. Why do you keep posting the picture of this heffalumpa?
I can't help.
I'm supposed to make sweet nookie to my wife every Wednesday, and then I have to go and snort Viagra to get the thing.
You're gonna need.
She make me sick.
You're gonna need more Viagra. So here she is. Is this coming in? Let's see. Let's get this on. All right, let's watch this video of her life.
Pleasure. I like bringing you great pleasure, Monica.
Oh, good God. All right, here she goes.
I'm airing this laundry because it needs to be hung out to dry. I'm tired of it sitting in my house smelling bombo yao. You know what I'm saying? Like, for those of y'all who grew up in the Bronx, that's what it is. It just smells mildewy and moldy, and it's just been sitting in my corner for a very long time.
Oh, my fucking God.
So,
sound like
I
our
say
snack.
that to say this.
All I can think of is, like, somebody did this.
To start off with my truth.
My truth.
I would like to acknowledge where I've caused harm.
And
then I would like
4.8 thousand people watched this. You know how many of them were turtle riders that just went over there and just bombarded the comment section? It was fucking great. I love you people in there. And anyway, she just rants and like talks about how she basically was married to a guy, she got divorced, she couldn't have a baby, but then she just started fucking this dude, and he got her pregnant, and he didn't want any part of it. He wanted to get an abortion, and then he said he wanted to be the daddy, and then all this shit, but she didn't even know if he was the daddy, because she was banging someone else. She was cheating on him, and he was cheating on her, and he's an activist in the community, and he's winning awards for being, like, a great father, and all this shit, and he's not paying her a fucking dime, which, by the way, is fucking the greatest karma I've ever heard in my life, that this chick's getting fucked out of child support. I mean, nobody deserves to get fucked out of child support more than this fucking cheese lump. All right? And so that couldn't... Somebody says she blocked me. All right? I would assume Meredith is talking about Dede. But during the live show, she couldn't keep up with the blocks. It was fucking great. So anyway, it turns out the father is some guy named Matthew Parker, who is... We got a blog coming on him this week, too. This was like the greatest thing I've ever heard of. Did you see the guy at all? I gotta turn this chick down. Did you see the guy at all, Gupta?
I think it's very funny that his name Parker. It'd be very easy to park in her. Probably not even have to fold in the side view windows.
Parker. It'd be fucking hard to park her. You can't fucking... try parallel parking Dede. Good luck with that. You need a CDL license. Fucking take a ride on her. Anyway...
She got my head all messed up now. I had dreamed the other night, nightmare. She spread her leg and it looked like she was giving birth to Billy D. Williams.
Billy... Gupta, you gotta stay. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. My question is, what would happen to a person like Dede Delgado in India?
She'd be very, very useful in India. We make her into a very famous model.
Really? She'd be a model?
She could be. We have a very terrible, terrible wild monkey problem in India. When the monkey get tired of stealing the produce and being naughty, they get bored and they start punching the clowns. So we would post her picture all over the marketplaces to keep the monkeys from doing the masturbations.
And what would it have to do with Dede?
Her picture would keep the monkeys.
Oh, I see. So the monkeys are masturbating in Mumbai a lot. And so you would just post her picture everywhere, and then they would lose their erection.
Come on, follow along. Here.
It's hard. It's a new culture for me, Gupta. I'm not going to lie. But this is fascinating, the way you live life. Absolutely fascinating. All right. And anyway, I don't know if you guys saw it. The guy's like a fucking activist. He worked for fucking Mighty Walsh. Just a real winner. We got a blog coming on him this week. I just thought this was just the perfect Dede Delgado story. Like, this is the woman who took down our Facebook page. Like, this fucking chick. It's unfucking believable that she's allowed to do this on Facebook. I'm not even going to whine about it. It's fucking amazing. I gave up on, like, counting on Facebook. Like, this page, we've had it for, like, a month now. Like, I assume it'll be gone tomorrow. I don't get too attached to any of these pages. No big deal. We'll just create a new one. I mean, it's not a big deal. But yeah, somebody said Gupta needs to be turned. Gupta is one of my favorite guests on Turtleboy Live. I don't know where.
I love you too. I love you too. You like that people to me.
But don't think none of you chicks. You're not getting any. He's got boofed at home. All right, he's got boofed at home. So why don't we end the show by doing a little Q&A? If you guys have any questions for Uncle Turtleboy or especially Gupta Patel, now would be the time, and we will answer any questions we can. Go.
You're going to have to read that question to me because I do not have the Facebook Live screen up now.
Oh, I got it. I got you covered, Gupta. I got you. Would you consider writing about Toby Willis, or is it old news? I don't know who Toby Willis is, Vanessa, so I have to find out who that is first. What else? More questions. Let's see. It's definitely different, I'll tell you that much. Back when we had the main page, obviously, we'd just be fucking flooded with. But that's fine, we'll rebuild this one, I'm not worried. Long live Turtleboy, not really questioned, but we accept. Did Parker say no to being on the show? We could not contact Parker, and I don't think he'd really want to come on the show. He doesn't seem like he'd agree. According to her, she didn't get along with this guy because he doesn't like the gays. That's what he said. I'm not down with the gay stuff. He's like all about the Black Lives Matter stuff. He's like,
well, of course you cannot find him. He is still stuck in Dede Delgado's ass crack.
That's true too.
Lost up there.
Long story short,
to strap a board across himself.
Yeah. Somebody says any redirect info. We have not heard any. Redirects were insane this week. Insane. Like we've never gotten this kind of backlash before. It's because of the ad provider. Some shitty code gets through. They have to diagnose it. It takes a couple days to figure it out and get rid of it and test some shit out. But we have not in the last 48 hours got any complaints about redirects. I'm not sure if you guys are still getting them. We like it when you tell us about the redirects. The more we get, the more we realize there's a big problem going on. And so I have not seen any. I have not heard about any. Hopefully that is fixed. The redirects were even worse on the app. I know. It's fucking stupid. I hate it. All right. How did we meet, Gupta? They want to know how we met.
That was a turtle rider for a long time, and then you say, hey, you come on the show one day, and then I become famous.
Ah, there we go. Somebody asked, what's up with the Facebook lawsuit? All right, so you can't get too much into this shit, but we are in the preliminary stages. We did the most important thing. We have a lawyer now, and we are filling out, he's taking out papers. I can't really get into the approach or strategy we are going to take with this. It might take a long time. We might get the page back shortly. I don't know. We will see how Facebook responds to it. But for the first time, Facebook will have no choice but to respond to us. We also catfished Facebook this week, and we're going to be writing a blog about it shortly, about our experiences with catfishing and proving Facebook's bullshit. What else we got here? The comments are really sluggish. Yeah, Ashley says that redirects are better, and we love Ashley. She's a diehard turtle rider. Thanks for that, Ashley. Does Gupta have nudes?
You don't want to see Gupta nudes. Just go look at picture of Ganesha. It's same thing. Very big trunk. Do you trim? Do you groom? Trim. I take all of it off with the pliers. I pull it out. Feel very good.
Yeah.
Give me a little tingle.
Somebody says, Turtleboy, any new restaurants recently in Worcester worth our time? New ones? I'm not sure. It seems like most of the new ones end up being run and fueled by heroin dealers, which we're going to have a follow-up on that story. There were a couple of arrests in the news this week of people that we knew we basically exposed 3 months ago, using drug money to have threesomes and stuff like that. but yeah, I haven't been, I stick to the restaurants I love. I love O'Connor's. I love the Boynton. I love Benny's Cafe, obviously, that goes without saying. Yeah, I usually stick to what I know best. Manscaped.
Boynton make top pizza in Worcester at least top.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Worcester Magazine Best of Worcester Awards are up for voting again. So we need to. We're gonna put out a link this week we need to win Best News Outlet again. I mean, we are the best news outlet. Everybody knows that. We've broken so many huge stories this year. So it's important to let these motherfuckers know that not only will we destroy you in the ratings, we will come to your house and you will give us an award. Another news outlet will give us an award for being better than them. There's nothing more emasculating than that. And we will do it again. Love the podcast now, too. Yeah, we got a daily podcast going. Every morning you wake up to it. 30-minute podcast. Uncle Turtleboy, late night garage show. Hope you guys are enjoying that at the gym. That's a new feature. What else are we talking about?
You should call that the Uncle Turtleboy Wake and Bake.
I like that one. All right, so if you guys don't have any more questions, we'll call it a night here. Does anyone have anything else? Sorry, thanks for putting up with the bullshit with the vertical camera. Wicked gay, I know. You got my vote. Yeah, these are all. Yeah, we have a SoundCloud channel, Ashley, and an iTunes channel. They're on there every single day. All right, go ahead and listen to them. It's great to listen to. Like I like podcast. I'm getting into podcasts. I'm that guy now. You listen to them. What else are you gonna do at the gym, right? What else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do when you're driving your car? Listen to a fucking podcast. All right, freestyle now. I gotta hold it off this week. I didn't have time to get to it. I like to think about my freestyles. It's an art. There's a little company secret here. They're not really freestyles. I plan them out a little because I want them to be quality. All right. I value my product, and I will not give you a half-assed freestyle. You deserve better than that. All right. All right, people. We're gonna call it a night then.
Namaste, peoples.
Hey, Gupta. Thank you for coming on, my friend.
My pleasure. Always good time to talking with the turtle.
Yes. We hope to have you on again soon. All right. Thanks, Turtle Riders. Great show. Thanks for sticking with us. We love you. Peace outside.